Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to or welcome back to Plant Better University. My name is Tempest, and as always, I am grateful for you. Grateful that you have chosen to invest in yourself and be here learning about personal development, business, all sorts of things. So thank you again for choosing us to learn and grow from. Today, I want to talk to you about 3 things I wish I knew starting out as an entrepreneur. If someone tells you that entrepreneurship is easy or fun, they are lying. It's fun, but it's not easy, and that's the first thing I want to talk about. There is nothing easy about this life. This entrepreneur life is real. It will reveal your weaknesses very quickly. If you have character issues, your character issues will pop up over and over and over and over and over again until you address them and you begin to fix them. So speaking of character, I recommend a book called Integrity by Dr. Henry Cloud. It's painful, it's slapping your face, it's real life, but it's life-changing if you read it and if you accept it. Antonio and I and our team actually host a 40-week leadership course, and one of the criteria is to read Integrity by Dr. Henry Cloud. And that's the point of the class where people get very angry, very upset, because no one wants to be the wrong person, right? We always think that we have it all together and it's always someone else that needs help. But the book is very in your face, very blunt, very truthful in regards to how you need improvements on your character. So entrepreneurship, not easy. You're messing with budgets. You're hiring people. We'll talk about that in a little bit. You're making decisions. You're making budget cuts, which is never easy. You're deciding if this software works better or this software works better. You're deciding what products to put out and when to put out the products and how to market and who to market to, and if it's not working the way you want it, how to tweak it and when to tweak it and how to get it out in front of your customers, and then learning about your customers and then learning about the people who actually buy, because they may not be your ideal customers, and where they live and what they like to do and where they hang out online and where, just so much stuff. There's so much that goes into entrepreneurship, taxes and starting out and filing and payroll and this and that is so much. It is not easy. And if you walk into it thinking that this is a game of life, like it's not it. It's not Monopoly. It's real life. It's real dollars and cents. It's real people. It's real products or services. And sometimes that can be overwhelming. So please don't walk into this thinking that, sorry, something's wrong with my eye. Please don't walk into this thinking that this is a piece of cake. It's not a piece of cake. It's hard, and it'll get to the good, delicious cake, but you really have to put some work into it. The second thing is always trust your gut feeling. What do I mean by this? Everyone has instincts. Not all of us follow our instincts. And sometimes I've learned that not listening to my gut feeling, not following my instincts, not going with my first mind, or not going with that initial hunch that I get, I end up regretting it down the road. I end up regretting not telling someone, hey, don't do this, but do that. Or I end up regretting not switching out of a product when I knew it was time to pull it, or knew it was time to make adjustments. I wish that I had said yes to some things and said no to some other things. I wish that we would have gotten rid of people sooner or hire people faster. So many things, but if you are in tune with who you are, if you are in tune with, you center yourself, you meditate, there's always something in you that says, yes, do this, no, don't do that. And sometimes you don't get it, sometimes you don't understand why, because maybe B seems like the more logical thing to do, or the more logical answer, but A is what you really should go for. And I've discovered, or Antonio and I have discovered, that oftentimes when you go with your gut can take you places that your logic can't. Your logic isn't always right, but your gut is usually right. So definitely, always, or most of the time, learn to hear what your gut feeling feels like, sounds like, and then learn to trust it and follow it, because there's a reason why you get those feelings, there's a reason why you have those thoughts, and just trust yourself. And then last but not least, I wish I knew starting out that everybody can work with you or for you. And that's a tough pill to swallow, because we always, want our family to join us. We want our spouses to be this power couple example. And everyone can't. Everyone can't go with you. And everyone is not going to be willing to go with you. And you shouldn't be willing to put your baby, your business, in the hands of someone who is iffy. And I say that with love, I say that with great respect, but everybody can't go with you. Good people don't make good business partners. Good people don't make good co-workers, and good people don't always make good employees. Just because they're good doesn't mean that they're good for you, for your business, or for the culture that you want to have around your business. I remember years ago, Antonio and I hired someone who was a great person and had all the skills and all the talents, but she didn't fit within our culture, and it caused a rift, and we had to learn to let her go. Great person, on paper great for the job, but when she got there, it didn't work out. And learned the hard way, everybody can't fit here. And it was difficult letting them go, because they were a great person, like I said, but it just didn't work out. And sometimes you're going to come across that. You're going to come across the perfect person for the job, but if they don't fit your culture, or they don't always follow you, that's a problem. If your spouse doubts you, sorry to do this, if your spouse or your significant other doubts you at home, or doubts your decision making skills at home, chances are they're going to do it a lot more with your business. And you don't have to necessarily work with your spouse, but understand that. So to recap, first thing is, nothing's easy about this life. Nothing is easy about this life. And I could really do a whole entire course about that, and maybe I will. But this entrepreneurship life is not easy. But if you hang in there, it is worth it. Second thing, always trust your gut feeling. Your gut is leading you down a path that is for you. your instincts, your gut, your first mind, your guide, your source, whatever, is not against you. It's trying to protect you from some things that you may not understand at this time. But learn what that voice sounds like, and then learn to trust it. And then last but not least, know that everybody can't or shouldn't work with you or for you. Good people don't necessarily mean good for you, good for your business, good for your culture, good for your future. Leave them in a friendship position or an associate position, but be mindful and be careful of who you allow in your business and whose energy you allow on your business. So I hope you learned something. If you would like to receive coaching or mentoring, I'm more than open to help you. Please email me at tempest@theatsjr.com. Again, thank you for joining us with Plant Better University, and see you next time.
Hello, welcome, and don't you look good today? About compliments. Compliments are, according to Webster's Dictionary, are a polite expression of praise and admiration. Whew, that's an understatement. The power of a compliment, the most understated acts of kindness one can do. And they're free. One simple compliment can change someone's rough day into a bright day. One simple compliment can give someone that boost of confidence that they need if they're struggling with something. One simple compliment can put a smile on somebody's face from the inside out. Compliments just don't have to be about appearance and about a looks, or how you look or what you're wearing. Need some suggestions on what to compliment somebody on besides their appearance? So I got a few. Compliment someone on their positivity. You can say, "You have the best laugh." You can say, "You are the sunshine on a rainy day." You can compliment somebody's positivity by saying, "I love that you're always in a great mood." You can also compliment somebody on their personal traits. "I like your style." "You are a good listener." "You are brave." "You are inspiring." You can also compliment somebody on their intelligence and creativity. "You have the best ideas." "You're always learning new things to better yourself." You can always compliment somebody on personal relationships. You can tell them, "You're a great friend" to those around you. "You are fun to hang with," and any team would be lucky to have you. You can also compliment the whole person. You can say, "I appreciate you. You're one of a kind. Everything would be better if more people were like you. You are enough." And just don't compliment others. Give them to yourself. Tell yourself, "I am 1 in 7 billion. I am lovable. The world is lucky I exist. My opinion is worthy." And definitely tell yourself that I am enough, because you are.
Did you hear about ATS week?
I did.
It's gonna be on
Is
stage.
it for real?
It's gonna be on stage.
24/7?
24/7.
No way.
Yes.
No.
You know, like Shark Week is a big deal.
Oh, okay. I
Shark
get
Week
it
is
now.
a
It took me blonde hair.
It's okay. It's okay. It's
so
okay.
So who? Who's it gonna be from ATS?
Woo. Okay, ATS, Antonio T. Smith Jr.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's gonna do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Not just him, though.
Who?
Not just him. You got Tempest Smith. You got Deanna Mitchell. You got Brian Johnson.
Are you
Brian
gonna be
A.
on it?
Johnson.
Are you?
I think I am too.
Okay.
Aren't you?
So yes, I am.
Yes.
I am.
And then we got Shannon Clark. Yes.
Shannon Clark.
Shannon Clark.
Shannon
okay.
Clark.
Okay.
Yeah.
All these people
Did you
are
say
too.
Deanna?
I said Deanna.
Okay,
Well,
you
we
said
say
Deanna.
Deanna. Yes.
Rainbows.
Rainbows.
She's gonna shoot
Cameraman.
rainbows through
Yes.
your screen,
Yes.
everybody.
That's it.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm excited.
Yes.
24 hours a day, 7 days.
24. That's it.
You know
July
what?
16th
I bet
to the
you
23rd.
we were.
Welcome, everyone. I have the distinct privilege and pleasure of sitting with the owner of the ATS Junior Companies, this one of the CEOs. He has so many accolades. It's just so many, but he's kind of a big deal. This gentleman is Mr. Antonio T. Smith Jr.
How's it going there, Grace Y. Sandals?
It is awesome.
YW Sandals.
Thank you. You remember that?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Listen, we are talking about overcoming anger.
Oh, no.
Talking about overcoming anger, and I heard you say something one day that just floored me, and I said I gotta get him on, and I gotta speak to him. I was about to say something. We will start off with our first question from Mr. Smith. When did you realize or recognize that you had maybe a problem with anger or an issue with anger?
In two phases, I recognized that I had a problem with anger when everyone was telling me the same things, but then I denied it. I immediately said, all of y'all are stupid. All of you are wrong. You are consistently, accurately, inaccurately wrong about me. I don't have anger. You know how I am. If you just respect that, then I wouldn't be how I am. That's the truth. That is really the truth. That is how it started for me. And I realized it then. I realized it years before I changed. I realized I had an attitude problem. And then I would brag about my attitude problem. I would say things when I got really mad. Whoo, I just went blank. And I would use that as an excuse. I don't know what I did. I went blank. I just get to this point and I just went blank, and now you're crying. But it doesn't matter because I went blank. It's not my fault. It can't be my fault. I went blank. I was not in control of myself. I was blank. I was the only human being on planet Earth that did not control his or her actions because I went blank.
Good. Now, I can attest to some of what you were saying, except
Not
for
all
the
of
I
it.
went blank part. I didn't.
Okay, all right. Okay then, but I just saw red.
Okay.
All right.
The part when you said, y'all know how I am. This is me. I can attest to that.
Definitely. And so that was how it happened the first time. Well, these little phases. And then, I went to jail. And at first I thought jail was cool. I was a rapper. I was going platinum. I'm gonna come out and drop an album. I'm going platinum,
Yeah.
And then I realized that it cost me more money to be free than it did for me to just be calm. And so I decided that I would never let no one outsmart me again to my anger. Yeah. Losing my freedom is the answer to your question.
Okay. Because my next question was, when did you realize that something had to change?
Sitting in the steel box, eating unseasoned chicken, unsweet tea, trading meals, doing chow time, taking not co-ed, that would be great showers, taking male showers, I don't know the word here, taking male showers with shower shoes, getting what you call the staph infections because you're not walking around with your shower shoes. All of that is when I realized, yes.
Yes.
I have a message there if you don't mind.
Please. Don't.
Don't go to jail to realize you have anger problems. That's a simple message.
A very good one. It is simple, but it is a very good one.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
You once said in a leadership class, and it's just been sticking with me. In order to be free, I had to stop being mad.
Oh yeah, that. You want?
You could expound on that.
When you're mad, and I say this with respect to all of you out there, when you're mad, someone has power over you. And I couldn't be free with all these people knowing exactly what to do to take my power away. I mean, it was so awful. And then I would date people who knew how to push my buttons and would push them whenever they felt like being superior. And I could never be free until I start letting my anger go. And here's the crazy part. It's not that I let my anger go. That's one of those we say, and it is true. It's not that I stopped being mad at those people. I released what was wrong with me, and those people can no longer affect me. I had to go in me and let go of that problem. For example, you cuss me out. Now I'm mad. I'm gonna cuss you out because you're not gonna disrespect me like that. It's the principle. What does that mean? It's the principle. When I figured out that when you cursed me out, that I hated, that you were challenging me, now I was able to ask myself, well, why don't I like being challenged? And when I was able to honestly answer myself and say, it's because you don't feel like you're worthy of a challenge. I was able to let that go and then make some moves to make myself be worthy of any challenge. I would literally be mad at people who challenged me because I was secretly mad at myself for not being man enough to accept challenges.
Wow.
Is your question?
I know. You are handling this interview well, sir. What were the results of you just making the decision that I'm going to change and release this anger?
Winning. That's true to my personality. Winning. The side effects of that result were change circle. The side effects of that result were change circles, changed income, changed happiness, leaving environments that no longer serve me, not being afraid to be single, not hitting walls because I was angry.
Okay.
You're going to love this one. Keeping my personal property and not having to replace it every 3 months because I got mad and threw it up against the wall to show you how angry I was.
Okay.
Angry people break all their stuff. We never break other people's stuff. We break ours. Okay. He's like, yeah, we break other people's stuff too. But then we got to replace it.
Right.
I saved so much money by being happy because I didn't have to replace stuff. Yeah.
The last one, yes. Did you save you money? Yes. Because you're breaking up your things.
Man, once, I had some Gucci glasses one time.
Wait.
And it was $475. And I got mad and I went,
No.
and I said a word that went with it, but
Yeah.
you don't want to hit on this interview.
Right.
And it smashed against the wall and the frame broke. But the frame didn't break where it could be fixed.
Oh.
It broke into plastic.
Oh.
You can't walk around with no super glued.
No.
You know, so you can't walk around with super glued Gucci glasses.
No, you cannot, sir.
And I was like, man, why am I so stupid? And I was like, oh, because you're so angry. Yeah. That's my truth.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Couple more questions.
Sure.
What do you think your life would have been like had you made another decision?
As in the opposite of not being angry?
As in the opposite.
I would still be controlled by people. Please, and all that you hear, all that you do, please know that to be angry all the time is to be the slave of other people. There's no, you think being angry makes you powerful. It actually makes you extremely weak because you're at the power or at the mercy of those who made you angry. And that's what I would be. I would be someone's slave. I would be working in someone else's dream instead of owning my own. I would be in a relationship that most certainly did not serve me. I'd still be there. I would have wasted my 20s and my 30s. I can assure you that. Because the people I was angry with, this is the truth. The people I was angry with during that decade, they're still in the same place.
Wow.
And I need you to think about where you were when you were 23. I know you were having fun, but think about your income, your credit, how immature you were, how carefree you were. Think about that. They're still there. And they're almost 40. One of the people that I was dating at the time has wasted. She almost said too much. Has wasted. You'd have been able to identify who the person was if you know me. They wasted a good 2 years on me. Then left me and got with someone just like me and wasted 10 years on them. And then with somebody else and has wasted 5 years on them.
Wow.
A decade and a half of being in one relationship 3 different times.
Wow. Wow.
Not 3 different relationships. The same relationship with 3 different people. That's where I would be.
Right. You segued into my last question.
Sweet.
What would you tell someone or people out there who are battling anger issues and they really want to overcome them, but they were in a state like you were, like I was?
Well, there's only one real answer. I am enough. It is what freed me. At every level of your insecurity, there is you thinking that you are not enough for that situation, and you're battling some war that happened when you were 8 or 9 or 10 or 12. You know, mom died early, dad left, dad died early. And you're saying, well, they didn't love me, so how can, you say things like, they didn't love me, so how can you love me? You do all these things, and it's not fair to you. I am enough. You look in the mirror, or you don't look in the mirror, but you just, all day long, you convince yourself that you are enough. You can't be angry and enough at the same time. To be angry says that something is not elevating to what I want it to be. But when you are enough, you're elevated to everything you want to be. So there's no reason to be angry. And that would be my message. You are enough. And when you own that, you won't have a problem.
We are done, sir.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Did you tell them how pretty this face is?
I think they see.
It's set up so well.
It's set up so well.
I mean, look at the mathematical. Oh, it's so symmetrical. It really is. I mean, it really is. It's so symmetrical. It really
it's so symmetrical.
It is. This nice chocolate skin. It's just great.
So for those of you who don't know what symmetrical means, everything. If this is the center, everything on this side matches everything on this side. This
is a very symmetrical. I mean, come on. Even we got somebody off camera trying to hide themselves. It is because they think my face is symmetrical too.
With your energy,
I'm just not kidding.
I'm just not kidding.
Because it really is a symmetrical face. I'm a handsome brother. I am. I'm a handsome brother. I am. I appreciate all of you out there. Call me 555. No, I'm just joking. You can have your interview back. I'm done. I'm done being silly.
Thank you again, Mr. Antonio T. Smith Jr. He always has a saying that I love. Would you say it for the people?
You can plant better. You can dominate.
And we will see you at the top, not from the top.
All right.